We told y'all rap bitches that prostitute rap shit got a shelf life, but y'all don't fucking listen, and now we are here.
In a world of glitz and glam, flashing lights and screaming fans, most people are unaware of the war that rages behind the scenes. And that war includes your favorite artist and your favorite songs. This is The Dark Side of Songwriting. Hosted by Nayim Edwards.
Welcome to The Dark Side of Songwriting. My name is Nayim Edwards. I am your host. And today I see Saweetie. That's my type, nigga. That's my type. 2,000 albums? That's not your type. Not for the type of following you have. So I don't really want to be here long because I was on AO's show earlier talking about this. But let me say this. There's a few things that we're just going to run through the list real quick, because if you don't get it by now that prostitute rap has a shelf life, a prostitute rapper flopping, failing into the fucking abyss, doing regional superstar numbers is a good thing, you are so far behind that there's no possibility of you catching up. So go ahead and close the phone, throw it on the bed, go take a shower, get off this video. Get off the computer. Don't watch. Just cut this off because you are too far behind to be caught up. This is a good thing. And you want to know why this is a good thing? Number one, you cannot fake a fan base. You cannot fake a following. You cannot fake people being interested in a product you are selling. We all know, I've said this, I say this at least once a week on this channel. Female rap is not about selling records. Saweetie's not the only female rapper that is not selling records. She's just doing the worst because arguably she's the worst female rapper we have that is not like Bad Baby or any of those other weirdo Iggy Azaleas or some shit like that. We talking about being in the culture. She's the worst female rapper, and we're only talking about skill. We're not talking about nothing else. We're talking about pure skill. And that does not mean that I don't like her music because it's not selling or whatever. I'm probably one of the, never mind. But you can't fake interest in what you have. You can't fake somebody being interested in what you're doing, because everybody's like, oh, 23 million Instagram followers. She only sold 2,000 albums, but it's like, that's what she was never going to be some big selling. Every now and then we get a big selling female artist. Most female artists don't sell a lot of music in general, and it would be different if we had something to compare her to as far as somebody in her class, because I don't think she's in the class with really anybody aside from content, but that's gonna come in a second. But she's really kind of in this class, in this lane of her own, because her whole social media persona is pretty bitch music, pretty girl, I'm a kept bitch, I'm a classy, ratchet bitch, I'm a college girl, but I'm still for the streets, and all, it's just all this fantastical shit wrapped up, and that really could be who she really is. But the problem with that is, when you do stuff like that, you gotta actually go get to the people who want to hear that kind of music. There's only 2,000 people who want to hear that kind of music, because everybody who's coming to her Instagram, they coming to see her ass. They coming to see her titties. They want to see her twerk. They want to see what she wore today. They want to see her relationship. I don't want to hear your music because you can't rap. Like, niggas, nobody went over. 23 million people are not over there, and we don't even know how many of those are real at this point if you can only sell 2,000 albums, which is crazy, because you would think, God damn, dog, you would at least do 10%. I mean, I guess 10% is still pretty high, because the best female rappers that we have ain't selling. I don't know, man. Like, you got Meg Thee Stallion, who her numbers be like 50, 60K, something like that, 20, 30K at the absolute bare most minimum. And that's like number one. That's up there. Cardi B, we don't really have much data aside from individual songs and features and deals, when that's why we always say that it's not about selling music with a female mainstream rapper. It is about getting the money from everywhere else you can. We know Saweetie has endorsement deals and Fashion Nova, and everybody get their Fashion Nova package when they got eyes on them, because it's easier for Saweetie to sell a coat than it is an album, because you don't want to hear her rap. It's simple enough. That's mistake number one, thinking that your following, your numbers mean something if they're not there for the product you're selling. Now, if they was there because Saweetie was just, she makes this lifestyle type of music, and that'd be the thing with different places. I don't want to go into a whole speech about locations and shit, but everybody else, location has their own situation going for as far as their enclaves and their culture. California is one of those places where I don't want to say necessarily delusional about being popping, but it's one of those places where you can be popping in California, have 1 million monthly listeners, and nobody in any other part of the country outside of the West Coast know who the fuck you are. That's just what it is. Like, New York is one of those places where it's 100 people in New York popping, but motherfuckers outside of New York might not know who that is. And it's the case everywhere, but California is known for people being in California and being this big thing and getting the key to the city and all this other shit. But outside of California, that is not the motherfucking case. You're a stranger on the street outside of Oakland. You're a stranger on the street outside of LA. You're a stranger on the street outside of the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really matter. And if your shit ain't translating for as big of a platform as you have, that lets us know that they're not there for whatever you selling. They're there just to be spectators and look and to fantasize. 2, we'll just throw this in there as a bonus. The nepotism. Being related to people who's already popping didn't help you. It doesn't help. It's not going to. This is proven that your fucking father could have been Barack Obama and still wouldn't have helped you, because nobody showed up. Going back to number one, niggas didn't show up for Saweetie for music. We don't like Saweetie music. We just don't. We like, she's pretty. We like to look at her. She's funny. You know what I'm saying? She has a good personality. She is a likable person. That's what we like. We don't want to hear you rap. Like, that's just it. The thing that comes after that, though, is all of her music is from samples and familiarity. All her music is familiar, so you have been tricked. And this is be the thing. People have been tricked to think that, oh, her music be good for this and it be good for that. But how many people is actually going out there and doing whatever you're claiming that her music is good for? That we like the song because we already knew what the song was. The song was already a hit. She's infamous for putting out songs with samples. Soon as she puts out original content and puts out original music, nobody want to hear it because it's not something we recognize, because she didn't take the time out to build her shit up so that we was actually coming for anything other than just being a spectator of whatever the fuck. This is classic female rap shit. We showed up to look at you. We didn't show up to hear you. Don't put the camera on mute when you talk. We don't want to hear that. Fuck that shit. Like, no. Like, people be thinking that the song, oh, this is such a good song. It's so this, it's so that. But My Neck, My Back has been playing on the radio every day for 30 years, damn near. 25 years, I'll say. 20 years. 20 years. My Neck, My Back been on the radio for 20 years. That's like a rite of passage for a female rapper to come in and do something to My Neck, My Back. We know that. That song gonna be here forever. We know Blow the Whistle. That's a classic song, bro. You pick classic beats and have somebody write something or you do something to the beat. Like, it wouldn't have mattered what she said on. She could have burped and threw up on the shit. It was gonna still be a hit because we already have it in our mind. And we know that song is associated with that one time where we heard it when everything was like all grand. That's what a hit record is. It's a timeless thing. Classic records, and not even just hits. Classic records. Blow the Whistle, My Neck, My Back. Those are classic records. Always still played. You could go to any club, anywhere. They can. One of those records is gonna play before the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking around in that sampling, thinking that because you sold 10 million singles all together, You got 3 plaques or what? I don't know what her fucking numbers are, but I know that first song she got, Icy or whatever the fuck the name of the song is. That shit is like she sold 3 million, but you think they showed up for you. No, they showed up because it's a remix to something they already knew. It's not, they came there for Kaya's song and you just happen to be the person on it. It's just like, oh, this is cool for the car. That payola shit don't work. I done lost track of where I was counting, but the payola did not work for her. You can buy the views, you can buy the songs, you can push her here, you can put her out there. Nothing is working because it's a failed model because she's not talented. I don't even think she ever wanted to really rap. If we being for real, this doesn't seem like somebody who wanted to rap. This doesn't seem like somebody who was serious. And then outside of like the payola and putting every resource you got into something because what your fucking label did was see everybody else had a prostitute. They had to get them a prostitute. Shit. She got everything. We can put her under the knife. We can goddamn let her talk that slut shit. We can give her a familiar sample so she get an instant hit record. She ain't got to work for it. She ain't got to work the record. Every DJ and every genre gonna play it, so it's gonna be all over the place. She got the look. She from the area. Her daddy really official, and that's true. Her daddy really official. The package is here. All we gotta do is put it out there. The problem is people are getting tired of prostitutes. People are getting tired of prostitute rap. It's dwindling and it's failing because everything has a fucking shelf life. Everything has a shelf life. Every season of music has a shelf life. The only classic whore might have been Little Kim, but she had a shelf life too. The thing was being first, we're gonna talk about Kim later, but like all this shit, every season comes to an end. So you came in, it's fucked up, because Saweetie came in on the back end of the prostitute rap wave, and now she's seeing that like, goddamn, bro, like I could have really been just kind of rapping about whatever the fuck I wanted to. I could have been rapping about being a fine bitch and being whatever or whatever, but when you put that sex shit in there to make it different, but you're in at the tail end of the wave when everybody getting tired of it. You hear when everybody's just like, nah, bro, we not really feeling that. But everything spins back to niggas was never interested in you for music. You didn't come with us talking about, you don't have no fan base as far as whatever it would be for whatever. Being fine does not translate to getting money unless you selling pussy. And you don't even really got to be fine to sell pussy if we being for real. Like that's only for the internet. If we talking about walking outside, I can go down the street and look, everybody know the deal with that. I don't think it was going to ever work. And I don't think it was going to ever work because it's not believable. It's not giving prostitute to me. It's given, I didn't really want to do this, but I'm doing it because you're damn near like OT Genesis. He's never put an album out and people are like, oh, she need an A&R. She need this, she need that. Bro, she never could rap. A&R can't help you if you can't rap aside from get you a writer. But even then, she done went and got her some writers. She done went and did everything she was supposed to do. It didn't work because this is the end of the fucking era. She is the end of the prostitute era. Now, if you want to make money in music, you're going to have to come and do something going forward. We're about to be in 2023. This shit is about to be over. Like, 2,000 albums. I don't think people understand how low of a number that is. That is literal regional superstar number. 2,000 records is regional superstar numbers. This is a person with 23 million fucking followers but couldn't sell. Y'all don't understand. Like, and there's no amount of saving it. She's literally did everything that you could do in the prostitute era. Aside from, and this is where she can change it, aside from she needs a complete and total fucking rebrand, and she gonna have to start blogging or something because that is unacceptable. But she's just a casualty of the war. She's a casualty of war. This is the end. We are witnessing the beginning of the end of prostitute rap. Now people are gonna have to, because now we got people like, we got different type of bitches coming through the door now that is rapping about all type of shit. And people are taking a liking to those, and not just women. Niggas is taking a liking to all type of women rapping about all type of shit now, because how many times can you tell me your pussy good? How many different ways can you tell me the pussy for sale? How many fucking bars is there about how much it costs me to buy you? Or if I'm broke, I can't keep you. It's only so much of that that's like that's nice in the verse in passing, but I'm not sitting through 12, 13. We know y'all like to play with the numbers. 15, 20 tracks about selling pussy. I'm not doing it. And nobody else is either, but it just goes back to she never had no fans. Niggas is you ain't no different than Getty Images. That's what your Instagram is, Getty Images. It's just like it's niched out for Saweetie shit, and that's what it is. This is her label's fault, but it's her fault too, because you could have not had your reputation tarnished. You could have not been in this situation if you would have stood 10 toes down. You would have stood tall and said, I'm gonna do me, and I represent something that is unique. I'm a college educated black woman who knows how to do images. I know about images, so I can get out here and I can sell. Well, can you sell anything? Because you can't sell music. Niggas don't even come to the concerts. I think it's sad, but this is a good thing, because like I said, this is the end. We are at the end. Everything that went wrong. The nepotism ain't help. The sample familiarity ain't help. They test this. Her putting this album out was testing the water to see if she would be able to put albums out, because what is going to happen is she going to shake back with a hot single. It might, if she takes some good advice, she'll get away from prostitute music, but she probably won't, because they're going to milk this prostitute wave until them Glorilla ass people come through with all that them alternative topics in the song, just completely wipe all the heavy prostitute shit out. And it's like, because it's always going to be pussy bars, it's always going to be I fucked him nigga bars and all that stuff, but we're at the end. This is it. This is it. If you a bitch who rap about something else, get your shit together, because it might be a wave for you, but coming in as a whore, coming in as a prostitute, coming in as the notorious HOE, them days are gonna, I'm telling you, in 5 years, those days are gonna be long fucking going, because people are tired. People are taking an interest in actually not putting out images that contaminate young children's minds. And people do it, but like, there's more people speaking out and speaking up about shit like this than it is like people just going hard and fighting those people about the shit. You're not gonna be able to come in that way no more. Those days are, we are at the end times. Prostitute rap is what's the empire that fell? It's Rome. Prostitute rap is we are in the Roman days, and prostitute rap is about to come crashing the fuck out. I'm telling you, 5 years from now, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be over, because something's gonna. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a major event with somebody, and something crazy is gonna happen to them, and that is gonna be the thing that just completely. It's gonna be the meteor for the prostitute dinosaurs and the prostitute land before time that just completely wipes all the prostitute animals out. Not that prostitute rappers are animals, just like the dinosaurs, but this is the dark side of songwriting. We are at the end of times with this shit, and it is a beautiful thing to see, because it's time to bring the talent back. My name is Nayim. I will holler at you.